You must always focus on the long term instead of the short term in trading. Short term, there's going to be setbacks, there's going to be losses, there's going to be wins. So the setbacks, those losses, you do not want to focus on them. You do want to focus on them. You definitely want to study them and improve, right? You want to focus on the long term instead of the short term, but use the short term as an improvement to the long term, right? If I have what, let's just say 1,000 trades and 700 of the trades are losses, I'm still gonna be end up being profitable. Why? Because I know over the long term I am profitable. So short term negative what? If I have negative, if I take 700 losses, negative 700 RR, I'm still gonna be profitable because I my winners outweigh my losers. So I'm focusing on the long term instead of short term. So when there's negative 700 losses happen, guess what? Is it gonna affect me? Probably not, because I know over the long term, even with the 700 losses, I'm still going to be up. And for this to happen, you must have a proven edge. Obviously, you must trade logic, not pattern, etc., etc. Right? When we get into that topics later on for you in the future, but as of right now, you must always focus on the long term instead of the short term in trading. You can never ever focus on the short term, right? Short term is losses, right? Where if you focus on short term, you're gonna face these losses. You're gonna be like, oh fuck, I'm not gonna pass that count, right? Although somebody told me, yo, what are you using the same chart multiple times? Because the same chart tells multiple stories. You can see I got even more losses. So it says I'm focused on long term. I do not let those losses affect me one so bit. You can see, when in a good result here, pass the challenge. Right, you can see pass that count easy. As you can see right here as well. Took drawdown. So since I'm focusing on the short term, I'm going to fuck up here. I'm going to probably get even more drawdown. Since I'm focusing on the long term, these losses are gonna happen. So as I said, even with a 700 loss, I'm gonna be profitable. This is one trade only. I'm gonna be profitable in the long term. Doesn't matter if I have 700 losses. Probably wondering, whoa, 700 losses. Does CISC will really have 700 losses? Probably not. My win rate is 40%. In the future, it will definitely increase to like, hey, what? It's probably gonna increase to 70%, 80% win rate. Right now, I'm using psychology war on me. Why? Because if I say I have a 70% win rate, which I don't, which let's just say I do, but if I say I have a 70% win rate, and sometimes let's just say I fuck up and I get 4 losses, that's gonna mess up with my psychology, right? So I say less than what I actually have, right? Because as you guys know, so smart people will know, right? So you can see what over here. As I know, short term losses are gonna happen. Long term, I'm gonna end up being profitable. Voila, right? Simple as that. You're gonna face losses, you're gonna face the short term setbacks, but the long term is what truly matters. And if you focus on the long term, you're never ever going to fucking fuck up, right? I see so many people focusing on the short term. Some people even quit. I see somebody even suiciding. That's insane, right? Suiciding from the candles, which is very gay, right? Just money, right? What is money gonna do, right? Nothing, right? What is money? Just people worship money. That's fucked up. You should worship only God, which is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? Anything else, you're kind of, I don't know. I'm not gonna talk about topic. I'm not, too into that religious stuff. I'm not knowledgeable. Just not knowledgeable. I'm not gonna talk about it, right? But you must always focus on the long term instead of the short term in trading. If you ever focus in the short term, you will fucking fail. Every time you guys blow out count, what happens? You're focusing on the short term. What happens? You build bad habits. You're fucking focusing on the outcome, not just not the process. So the rest, there's multiple topics we can talk about in psychology videos, which we will talk about in the future. But yeah, this you must always focus on long term instead of short term. And as you guys know, same chart tells multiple stories. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Make sure you go on Discord for a free mentorship, free one-on-one session, free signals, free gold signals, free community, beautiful community we have, and as well as, Signetic crypto signals as well. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. See you out. Peace.